little extra loud today. I don't know why. Did it scare you at all? I saw you jump.
Didn't scare me. No, it's just the singing.
Okay, the singing.
There were actual vocals.
That was a surprise. That was still Stream Beats, Harris Heller, and all of his music. We're moving our way through the EDM playlist. Do you know what that stands for?
I do. Everything does. No. Yes, electronic dance music.
Oh, man. Kai, how's it going? Good to see you. Of course, yes. Even me getting to see my brother always makes my day better as well.
Wow.
It is time once again. Since
a lot of pressure.
Yeah, the heat is on. No, the heat is off, actually. It's time once again for some beverage podcasting. It is Thursday. I'm Andrew.
And I'm Keith.
And we are pretty much... Is there anyone else that makes up About It's just the two of us, really, right? There's no one
I
else?
would say we've had a few contributors over the years.
Yeah, that's true.
But for the most part, it's we are the two pillars.
I saw a video with one Eric G the other day.
One of ours?
One of our Eric G's the other day. Yeah.
All right.
Well, because
we have a couple Eric G's.
I was looking at the featured beverage, and when I saw that, right below it was a video, actually a couple where he was featured, and we were hanging out having some sours from what's the place up in Oregon that we like so much? Cascade.
Yeah.
Yes, from Cascade.
Yeah.
You have a bone to pick. Oh my God, Lucky!
Don't pick the bones. I've got
right there.
It's an homage.
It's faded. When do we get new shirts? Baker, it is good to see you. Thursday, yay for the Bevy Brothers podcast. Good to see you. Good to see you as well. I was kicked out of 2 different Trader Joe's for arguing about Keith discount. He did mention that he said he went to a couple and he said, I know Keith, and he expected 15%. Yeah. Does that not work at other places?
It does not work anywhere.
Oh, it doesn't. No, it does not.
Well, it works for me. I get 20, but it's because I am Keith. But or become a Trader Joe's employee.
Oh, lucky.
Yes, there you go.
Do you get that discount even if you're part-time?
Yes.
There you go.
Yep.
There you go. Must be a Southwest regional thing.
Yeah.
It could be. Maybe you just need a Keith-shaped mask. I don't know. Do they make those yet? Do they make some sort of paraffin wax kind of mold of your face?
I am the one who asks for a discount. Yes.
That's definitely. I did see your big news in Discord, Kai. I did. Congratulations. That is very exciting.
Big news.
Big news. Also exciting is we have a beverage to try.
Well, I think we have 2. We don't have 3 today.
I know.
I
never saw you say anything else back.
I thought you probably just had like a Waterloo or something.
Nope, I got nothing.
Okay.
I told you what I had.
Okay.
I had a cocktail possibility. I was like, I don't want to do 2 of those. I'm like, maybe I waited this morning. I was like, at some point I'm going to start to do work, and all of a sudden Keith's going to be like, hey, I've got these water. I'm like, damn it. And I'll have to do it. So so I waited it out till 10 o'clock. Nothing came. I was like, okay, it's just 2.
I thought Andrew's just going to throw in a Waterloo or something like that, some tap water, and we'll be fine.
Going back with the mustache next time. You could try it. That's definitely worth a shot. This beer is kind of 10 years in the making, 8 years in the making, I guess.
Almost 8 years. Was bottled. Yeah. Well, they obviously started before that because I don't know how long it ages in the wine barrels, but
that's a good question.
It ages for a little bit in there. So, but this was bottled on September 27th of 2017. So, whoa.
This is extremely supple.
Yes.
Overly supple?
It's extra supplicated.
This is one of their classic. I don't know if they use the 4 in here. We'll have to find out.
War was more interesting? Spanish. But I don't have time to prove it.
Classic. Kaya, thank you for that. This one does it use all of them? This one just uses Brettanomyces. Okay, so this is not their big 4.
Okay.
So this is just using Brit. So
Jermaine.
this is going to be really interesting then, because when you get Brettanomyces, when it's fairly fresh, it's kind of
funky,
fruity,
yeah,
and lighter. And as it ages, it gets more and more funky.
Oh, okay.
Gets more and more barnyard.
I had forgotten.
Yeah, that's the split. It's like the first year or 2, you're like, oh, this is still kind of got a little fruit. There's a little barnyard, a little that, and then usually as a lot of them start to age, it's like, oh, that's real. That's real funky.
So we could be in for a funky adventure.
It could be in for just outside the back of the barn cleaning or something.
We could not even have 2 beverages today.
We might not. I will have to go grab one of those waters from the fridge, perhaps. Sam, it is good to see you. Good to see everybody here. Can't Robert Loggia it up since I'm having the best day ever. That's true. But you just don't have time to prove it. That's good.
Best day ever.
Nostradamus, Andrew? I don't know why I'm Nostradamus. Anyway, let's get the bottle. It's going to take me a minute to open. I'm scared of the cork. I'm frightened of the cork.
I have kept it refrigerated, so it has been under refrigeration for these many years. So hopefully...
We've got to hold Keith to it. He claims that over the next few weeks, he's going to keep bringing over things from his stash that he just wants to get used up. So we're going to find out.
If they are, we all be dead.
No more rhymes now, I mean it.
Anybody want a peanut?
Who doesn't want a peanut? But yeah, so this is aged in Pinot Noir barrels, much like some of their other ones that they do. I think, isn't the Consecration also Pinot Noir barrels?
Cab, I think.
Oh, is that one cab
Yeah,
barrels?
I think
Okay.
that one's cab.
And that one uses 4 different types of yeast strains.
And you and I each have a bottle of that.
We do.
So
Crack the cork. That sounds like some hip slang the kids use. Oh my gosh, that's
crack
what we're
the
going
cork,
for.
shock the monkey.
I know. Yeah, I brought in a towel just in case.
Just in case.
You don't know with these. Usually they're not too bad. And this one, you would think the longer it's been sitting around, the fermentation is actually what gives it the natural carbonation as well.
We just don't want it to crumble to dust, but it shouldn't.
No.
I hope not.
We'll see.
Is it spinning?
Yeah.
Okay, that's good. At least it's not locked in place.
I don't even know if there was any carbonation.
Oh no! Oh man!
It felt if it was very little. Let's say it's soft carbonation.
Okay.
Let's go with that.
Let's see if it exists in any way. Oh yeah, there it is.
Oh, there we go.
Okay. You were just so deft with your
It's possible.
delicate cork removal.
I'm not sure what the balance of pouring here is.
There should be a company, deft
cork removal.
Deft Delicate Cork Removal by Andrew.
Very clear.
My fridge has magical powers.
I'm leaving just a little bit in the bottom. I don't think we
Okay.
want. Maybe we don't want the
Yeah,
yeast.
we
in
might
this.
not want
Normally,
the-
not. It's not like a
the
bad thing
vitamins.
to drink that. Like it says B vitamins and whatever else. But let's not cloud the issue.
that is-
as they say.
That is nice and clear. Wow.
It is.
Okay. I love that color, actually. Red, orange.
Yeah, that brown ale, sour
yeah.
ale to do.
Mm.
Just started a new TikTok that says only cork pops. I bet that would be pretty popular for a little bit. A cork pop series. People do with whiskey. There's a guy I've seen sometimes before that does like Fresh Pop Fridays, where then he opens up a new bottle and he always does a let's hear the pop and kind of does that. Yeah.
It's not when he has his dad come over and
No, Fresh
Okay.
Pop. Yeah. And he starts touching him. He's getting fresh with him a little bit. It's like, oh, easy.
Yeah, wait.
It's Fresh Pop Friday.
all kinds of
grabbing
things wrong
them.
with that. Yeah.
They don't want it. They did not ask.
Stop
You did not
touching
provide a
me.
meal. That's how it goes. Trying to think of a play on OnlyFans, but tweaked for only beverages, but beverage is too long a word to make it work. I mean, sometimes it is length is what makes the difference, as they say. Only cans? That's not bad. My screen just froze at the most scandalous frame. Uh-oh. Hope not. Thankfully, it looks like we're still okay. We seem fine.
all blue boxes there. That
Smells good.
smells kind of like a subdued version of the Duchess.
I was going to say, it doesn't have quite the sharpness of that. Like I said, which I do have a bottle of that. I haven't opened it yet.
I have one of those as well.
Yeah.
Still, yep.
I bought one of those. I bought it mildly, well, within the last 6 months. I bought that. So I was like, oh, I need to have one of those around. Twitch has had too much Merlot. It's possible. Refresh if you need to. Yeah, there still is like the red wine vinegar in there.
Yeah.
There's definitely the Pinot Noir note. There's a little nice sweetness coming through as well.
Yeah.
It's really good aroma.
Why did we open it? No, I'm just kidding.
Put it back in.
No, it's good.
Reseal.
This is why you have to enjoy.
That's a lot of words for that bottle. It is. A lot of things right there down at the bottom. Also, I don't even know if you can tell. It might be hard because sometimes how the camera is. Cope, how's it going? Beverage Boys. Hello.
Oh my gosh.
Good
Hello,
to
Cope.
see you. Yeah, so you can tell. Oh, actually, this one does mention. So this is interesting. So this version, which is obviously the newer label, as you can see, this is the label Keith has. Which
Different
is
label.
The classic one I remember. Sorry for the little bit of blurriness there. This one actually does at the top mentions all 4. So this might even be different than what people could get right now.
Okay. Oh man.
I'm just saying, because
Okay.
on there it only mentions the Brettanomyces, whereas this one it's the, what is it, Pediococcus, Brettanomyces, Pediococcus, Lactobacillus, and what's the other one? Streptococcus? Can't quite read the 4th one. It's scratched right there. Anyway. Got all 4. It's exclusive.
Yeah, I like that. It's got that different.
It is exclusive.
It's like-
Cope, it is good to see you. How are you doing this
What is
evening?
that? Is that like a rake or something?
I think so.
Okay.
They had that on like I think even one of the ones I might have in my fridge that we looked at her from 5 years ago of some other things had like that on that. And I know I've seen
Yeah.
that before they've used that thing, but
Yeah.
I saw you take a sip, so sorry I'm behind all.
I thought you were going for it, and then you went back to that. So
I'm getting a note of, in the aroma, a little note of cinnamon. Like a little light
yeah, there's
spice.
some kind of baking
It's
spice
almost
in there.
a little
Yeah.
baking spice
Yeah.
in there. Carnage, how's it going? Good to see you. Sick as a dog, my friends. I'm living vicariously through you two currently, dreaming of better days, frolicking in the sun, drinking beer.
Oh wow.
Hope, I'm so sorry that you're sick, buddy.
Oh.
Oh, I'm so sorry. Please be getting better. Do you know what does help with that? Obviously, NyQuil and all those things are good for whatever, depending on your ailment. Bourbon. Also, is this where we bring out the thing that our mom used to tell us about for sore throat?
Oh, no, she loves when you reference
She loves when we reference this whenever she's in chat.
She loves hearing the,
Yeah, when we were young, probably like definitely under 10.
Yeah.
Like I said, if we had a sore throat.
We put it in our bottle sometimes, I think.
Exactly.
Baby bottle.
Like there's a baby bottle. No, but true thing though, like I said, for a sore throat, and this actually is a good idea. It's honey, lemon juice, bourbon.
Or whiskey or whatever.
Or whiskey, whatever you may have.
Yeah. We asked for bourbon.
We requested
In fact, I remember our other brother asking for single malt, but I don't think that happened.
We are kind of the Fraser and Niles of our family, aren't we?
Yeah.
Like, can I have something more lightly peated for my throat this time? All right, now I'll have a drink. Definitely some of the Brett's coming out in there. Like I said, it's a little more of that toward funky. The sharpness and tang is a little more on the softer side.
Yeah, and it goes right to the back of the tongue.
Does, yeah. Like there's some little nice fruit notes. A little bit of the wine character is still there. It's still really good. Like, I mean, I definitely wouldn't be like, oh, that definitely went past. Like, I mean, it like anything that like things are only meant to age for so long.
Right.
Because they're going to keep evolving and changing. So if you wanted some of the higher notes that were probably originally in there, some of those are gone, but a lot of the depth, because Russian River knows what they're doing, is still there. That's quite tasty.
It's like a sipper. It's definitely not that you're gonna chug this anyways, but it's definitely not
not
like,
at what usually the prices are for these.
There's not a gulpability to this one.
This is usually like a back in the day when you get these, it was usually like around a $15 or $16
something
for
like that.
This is a $3.75
Yeah.
bottle. So if you think about like a Magnum size bottle, like I said, that's usually around $30 or $35. You can't get it. On the back end of it, thankfully, I think. I hope so. Someone pulled out their thesauruses. I got arrested for doing that in a place of worship. It does happen. Sushi!
What's the story, Noam? Thirsty guy walks into a bar. You finish it.
Sushi, thank you for the 41
months.
Thank you for the 41 months. It is good to see you. Hopefully your day is going well. That is fantastic. Thank you for the 41. That's awesome. Splooshy. Oh my gosh, that's another name. Crocodile, good to see you. If I didn't say hi to you, I apologize in chat. Good to see everybody here as we do some beverage conversation and some trying of some older. So we've got something old. And then we have something new. Is
something
what the second
new,
thing
okay.
is, which Cope, if he hangs around, likes, he'll be very excited about in a little bit, because it is a new wheated whiskey from the Heaven Hill Distillery. Is their Bernheim, which we'll be talking about a little bit. It's barrel proof.
Oh, okay.
Something old. Is Granddad Gaming in here? Not yet. Maybe. I don't know. Check. You can see if he's in the list. You never know, Carnage. It's always lurking.
We have something blue. That label.
Oh my goodness. Bad. Crocodile! Thank you for the gifted sub to Carnage. That is too nice.
Uh-oh. What's happening? Was it the train?
It's too nice. That is too
Hype
kind.
train.
The train is going. It's on the tracks. You know I was always sticking around for the whiskey. I'm just saying, like, I mean, I know you're not
fighting through the illness.
If you're not feeling well, just go over and fall asleep. I'll make like a little clicking noise when it's time if you need like a 20-minute nap, because it'll be just a little bit. And
like
like a horse.
Like Brad Pitt in Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
Oh God, when he calls the dog over.
Yeah.
One of your you've already said your number one Quentin Tarantino movie.
Definitely. One of my favorites of all time, actually.
That's
I love that movie.
So that's good.
I didn't realize. We watched the beginning of Saturday Night Live's doing reruns now, and we watched the beginning of it last week, and it was the I think did she win the Academy Award? That Mikey Madison, or she was in a movie that either won Best Picture and maybe she won it too. I'm not sure, but she's in. She kind of was making fun of herself. She's in Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. She's the one who gets set on fire at the end by.
Oh yeah, okay, I know who you're talking about.
And then she's like another movie that she's in. She's like set on fire too. So she made some sort of funny reference, but I was like, oh my God, that's her. So anyway, yeah.
Sushi, thank you for the giant Robert Loggia and the 50 bits. Appreciate it. Always nice to see him staring back at me for a little while. SNL needs to do a special summer edition for all the craziness that is going on. Yeah, it is. I can't even begin to describe the weirdness that's going on out there. That's just, absolutely gross and disgusting. Ending of Once Upon a Time is so good. Flaming Nazis is beyond cathartic. I would agree, Cope. Yeah, if that movie had nothing else, and it does, it has everything else, but it had nothing else. But if at the very end they were literally just setting Nazis on fire, I mean, the movie would probably be at least a 7 out of 10. It'd be pretty much a success.
If only history would have gone that way. But what a wonderful reimagining! And that's just
you got the flamethrower.
Yeah, from Three Things to McCluskey.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got it in the shed.
DiCaprio was just so good in that movie, just so playing that kind of disheveled, down on his luck actor, like knowing his place in the world. Like the scene where he gets like just all frustrated about nothing when he goes back on his trailer is just gut wrenching. And like so when he has all the stuff with when he's hanging out with the little girl and they're going over their lines and they're just talking about things.
Easy breezy.
Did I push you too hard? Yeah. Like she's like, no, it was fine. It was really good.
I wear pee pads.
Elbow pads. So funny. Oh man, have you all seen Sinners? The ending is equally as satisfying. It is. It's on that same level. Also, anyone just like mowing down the KKK is also pretty satisfying as well. Would agree. Crocodile, thank you for the absolutely huge Krusty the Clown. Thank you for 50 bits. That's very nice. Sinners is fantastic, Cope. As we got to talk about, I think. Wait, had you not seen it when I saw it? I think maybe you hadn't. I'm trying to remember when we did our little podcast together. I'm trying to remember if you actually had seen it.
I think Pocket wants to see that. So it's
excellent.
Okay.
You should, if you can, I recommend seeing it in the theater because it's just kind of one of those movies. The music is really good, which, obviously, we all have pretty good home, well, at least we have good home stereo systems now and stuff, but just there's something about, I think there are certain movies that are still nice to see in the theater. I've not seen Sinners either, but I have it ready to go. I was supposed to watch it last week, but oh my gosh, Crocodile! Get out there and see it. Everyone get out there and see it. Thank you guys for the hype train going on. That's always very, very nice. Yeah, this is good. I really like, you never know.
Right. Oh, yeah, no.
You never know.
The more we talked about it, the more I was like, But, I mean, and then when you said you didn't hear it, like, make the pop when you open, I was like, oh, no. I was worried about that. But
I thought, like, I was like,
carbonation.
That's handsome.
There is handsome Pete. Thank you, Baker.
Nickels. Pete, you got some customers.
It's true.
That's so clever, though.
Sinners was a theater must for me. Yes, I would agree. I know, trying. You just need do or do not. There is no try. Just get out there. Want to see? I would think Mission Impossible for a lot of people would be one of those movies. I didn't see the last one, so I need to catch up on that as well. Because I do like those. I know Tom Cruise is kind of a goofball in a lot of different ways, and that's putting it mildly. But like I said, those are usually fun action movies.
Yeah, makes good. I mean, did you see Maverick when it came out?
No, because I've never seen Top Gun either.
You don't have to.
Are you sure? Because I wouldn't want to lose the thread.
I don't think so.
Would the moment be as emotional between?
You could just skim through the original Top Gun. It's fine.
Crocodile, thank you for. Oh my god, I don't even know what that is. That is amazing. What an emote. Thank you for the 50 bits. Appreciate it. That and Dune Part 2 are my two top theater experiences. Dune Part 2 in the theater was amazing. I need to watch that again. Saw the new MI in the theaters. It was also phenomenal. I mean, again, I think they do such a good job. Like I would like to, I would like to see both of the last ones because I think our brother actually saw the other one in the theater and said it was really good. That was the one that had the giant jump on it.
Oh, last year's, right?
Yeah, I think it was last year. And then like said this one, they kind of tie together.
Yeah, I remember hearing that.
So,
I've only seen the first two, so that's when
you felt like behind by 6.
Yeah, so I'm behind by several. The last one I saw was the one with Thandie Newton and
that's
Doug Ray Scott.
Yeah, that one's not a good one either.
Maybe that's why I stopped.
It could be. Mission Impossible 3 also not that good.
I heard though that some isn't that Ghost Protocol? That's a good one.
That one's good. Yeah. Well, because that one was Brad Bird who did Iron Giant and did The Incredibles and stuff like that.
Okay. Oh.
Yeah, Ghost Protocol kind of started the new evolution of those where they were really good.
So 3's not good either.
I don't remember being. I think that had Philip Seymour Hoffman in it, which people like, but I don't remember loving that one.
Okay,
but yeah, I've seen all of them but the last two. Left the theater after Dune, ready to join a galactic jihad. Listen, Al Gaib. All of a sudden, Copes is yelling out of the theater like, "All right, so you got to come over here. You need a minute." Sushi, thank you for the 50 bits with the giant Casey emote. God.
Yeah, what is that?
She has
mustache?
a mustache on, just going like that.
Okay.
Still equally motivated for a Terran jihad with all this AI garbage these days. Oh God, the AI garbage. Hey, and I saw your tweet. I have a bone to pick with you, Cope. I saw your tweet being upset about that they are bringing out Red Dead Redemption 2, an updated version of it for the other consoles. Come on, we have it on PC. You have nothing to complain about. You don't need it anyway. It's fine. Sunshine, how's it going?
Oh my gosh,
I
haven't
know.
seen
Sunshine
that
came
name
back
in a while.
Yesterday.
Oh
I know.
my goodness,
She was
welcome
talking about you.
back.
She said she was thinking about
Okay.
Trader Joe's the other day and
Okay.
came back in.
Yeah, that was definitely. Who's the person that had the affiliation with the mead? Haven't seen that name in a while. There's a few names I
Oh
haven't seen in a
no,
while.
yeah, I have not either.
I came across a quote when I was going through. I told you I've been going through notes since I've had
Oh,
some
yeah,
time
yeah.
off. And the quote was, "You can't drink all day if you don't start in the morning."
We said that?
No, we didn't say it. Mav said it.
Oh, that was a Maverick?
Yeah,
Oh.
and I don't think I've seen Mav in a while.
The rocks ahead.
He's been in and out of
Okay.
regular
Don't be
streams.
bad. No more rhymes now. I mean it.
I'm back,
Really
it's
want
here.
to peanut? Yeah!
And there's Peanut right there for your lovely dog that you were putting pictures of in there. I'll never be over the way they shafted the games online. It had such potential. I don't want to hear about that game for me is about the story. You have to admit that is one of the greatest stories of all time. And any way to encourage other people to play that game for the story is a good thing. Cope, at least admit to that. You can be upset about the other things, but at least admit to that part. My God. See, Crocodile's excited about it. He's ready for it. It'll probably be like they usually do a fairly cheap upgrade if you already own it too. And again, we have it on PC. We don't even need
But
it.
when is the next Super Seducer coming out? That's the question.
Oh my God, Super Seducer 4. We need it. We didn't even play 3 because it looked so bad.
I know.
And it also looked like we'd probably get in trouble. The first 2 was such a good time. It was
Especially
good.
the first one.
It was the first one was the
first
best.
one was great.
The
Yeah.
first one was perfection.
It was
I wonder if there's a world where we go back and play that first one again. It's been a while. We don't remember the
Forgot
thing.
enough of it.
Like we don't remember it. Maybe we do that. Like maybe we make that like some sort of either charity incentive or just like some sort of just stream incentive in general. Like, oh, if we hit this many subs this month, we'll like people come over for a little bit longer. We'll sit down for like 2 hours. We'll play Super Seducer and like we'll just we'll have like a giant tagline at the top. Like, we do not agree with any of the things we're about to do.
Oh yeah.
This is all terrible. Like this is
Because when did we do? I mean, well, it was probably after all those. I mean, it doesn't matter when there was a
early-
movement, but still.
I mean, it was. When did we do that? We were.
But I
we
think
were in this room because it was. Twitch,
yeah, it was in this room.
obviously.
So yeah, it's good to see you too. Hey, good to see you too.
So grateful we've had him 1 hour shy of a week today. Yeah, Sunshine. Oh, let me show you.
Sunshine.
They,
Yes, good to see you.
Adopted a new little puppy.
Oh. Okay.
Fortunately, because a few of their others had
yeah.
passed, all like kind of seemed like on top of each other.
Oh my goodness.
This is Peanut. A little malnourished.
Peanut
a little
is
bit ago,
cute.
but she's getting some
Oh
good
my
food.
gosh.
He's getting some good foods. Look at the little floppy ears.
It's a good thing my wife's not here right now. I think she's getting the itch to get a dog again. So
Well, I had heard talk that it was like
Yeah.
after this European vacation, that was
I
when there
know,
would
that
be some
could-
thoughts
that
about
could
it
happen.
because, especially with her being home all the time now, you know, with doing the work. I bet she'd
That
love
could
having a
be-
little puppy all of a sudden coming around every once
well,
in a
I
while.
know because like because she works from home. She has all of her coworkers. Their animals come in and. There's sharing of that, and like some people, like all of a sudden their cats come in.
Yeah, also
so
the
I
tail
know.
comes across the screen,
yeah.
whatever.
So
Yeah, if you've got a good work environment where that's like fine, then yeah, I think
Yep.
that is definitely cool to do. European vacation, yes. Keith is not taking me for some reason. I don't know why. I guess I didn't make the cut.
You wouldn't even go to
Maybe next
ProCon.
year. It's true. I wouldn't.
you have to go there first. Baby steps.
ProCon first, then
There has to be
vacation.
a hierarchy
Yeah.
of
not till later
trippage.
in the year. You've got some time still. Like you're in September, right? Isn't that when it is?
Yes,
September. So you got a
Early
little time.
September. Yep.
Get them in a shelter. They give the best love. I mean, that's true. Like you've
yeah.
always adopted all your pets, right?
Oh yeah, they've never. Well, yeah, we've only as a family we've only had 2, but yes, they've both come from
Yeah.
from
Whether
shelters.
it's our
So
brother or
yeah,
us or like whatever.
yes.
No, we've always done it that way.
I don't mind if I don't have to answer, but you can ask. No, I'm just kidding. No, I don't mind at all. We
Son
are
of a
flying
bitch.
into Amsterdam for a few days, and then we're going to Brussels, and then we're going to Paris. So
And you've been to Paris before.
Been to Paris before. Yeah, we did
But you
that
just
at
wanted
the
to do more.
end of our last trip. Just wanted to spend more time. Yeah. Yeah.
More cheese and wine to be had.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes.
Tell me now. Y'all can come to Cali to the Russian River Brewery, same time zone.
We would, we almost, well, didn't almost. It was under consideration this year.
Further than we normally had. We got about 20% of the way there where there was actually talk going on.
Yeah, there was talk. There was talking of rental car. There was a lot of things. So
that talk, I think, is going to turn into actuality this
hopefully
next year.
this year will make that happen.
I feel pretty good about that.
Oui, oui. Yeah, no, we baguette.
Croissant.
Gérard Depardieu. So yeah, so no, we had a
French toast, exactly.
French dressing.
Yeah.
French fries.
Expedition 33, Clair
Peru.
Obscur. Oh, sorry. Fromage. Gommage.
Omelette du fromage. So we watched a little bit of, actually, we watched from when we turned out the end of The Jerk. It was probably maybe I saw a third of it.
Oh, okay.
It's such a good movie.
That is a great movie. Name that movie. French toast, French fries. Oh, that's Better Off Dead.
Yeah, because I even went to the next one.
Yeah.
French dressing.
Dressing.
And to drink.
Better Off Dead.
Peru.
Than to live without you.
Yes.
Ricky.
Ricky turned out to not be so nice.
Oh, is he the one that's all the stuff with the...
That's Dan Schneider, right?
Oh, is that? Oh, yeah.
Yeah. iCarly.
Of iCarly
yeah,
grossness.
yeah.
That's right.
$2. Yeah, I want my $2.
Wow. What is that? I don't even know what that means.
Bonjour, yeah, cheese eating.
Surrender. What is Willie from? What movie is that from? Please tell me it's from a movie or I may have to ban you. Oh, it's Simpsons? Oh, God. But you said are you going to be in like Paris the entire time, or are you going to from there we're going to go to this place? And
no, it'll be those three will be our main stops.
Your hubs.
Yeah, Amsterdam to Brussels to Paris and fly out of Paris then. Yes. Yep.
It's calling the Val Kilmer Gen Top Secret. Chocolate mousse and déjà vu. Have we not met before, senor? I don't think so. Top Secret is amazing. That's also I know a little German. He's right over there.
I wonder if that's on one of the streaming services. I think I would like to watch that.
Get out on that road and hit that road tonight. Yeah. We're going to romp and stomp. That's also he wrote the jingle for Macy's. That was his first song that he wrote. Val Kilmer. It was like, are you lonesome tonight? Is your kitchen a fright? And then I don't remember, the little bit in the middle was really fun. And then he's like, shop at Macy's and love me tonight.
Oh my gosh. So good.
Top Secret is amazing.
Top Secret's older than that. Oh, wait. Top Secret's like 40 years old.
That's probably like 40 years
old.
Yeah,
84, 85, I think.
Keep saying it 20 years later. 30. Yeah, Val Kilmer Gem, that is great. Yeah, the songs in that are fun. Like I said, the Surf and Safari.
Oh, yeah, but
if everybody had a 12 gauge
skeet surf
and a
safari.
surfboard too, we'd be shooting and surfing.
You remember that movie so much better than I do.
Totally
wow.
radical.
I haven't watched it. Oh, it's on Prime. Oh, really?
First wave. You don't know.
I think that might need to be before I go back to work in 3 weeks. I need to.
Because that's also, I wish they all could be double barrel guns.
Wow.
Surfing. And then when they're in the cow outfit and the little calf comes up.
Oh, yeah, no.
And they're like, oh, we should stop here for a minute. Why are you in such a hurry all of a sudden? The cow's just going. I had to consulate to the Russian embassy. Just cannot bring my wife to orgasm.
Yeah. He didn't realize the voltage was different.
It took us 12 hours to remove the smile from his face. Damn it, Carnage.
Yeah.
Everything flooding back. That movie's great. Omar Sharif is hilarious. Who
I know,
knew?
it's just so funny. Yeah.
Souvenirs, novelties, party tricks. Souvenirs, novelties, party tricks. He's like the little, because then Omar Sharif needs to talk to him, and he's like the in-between, spy, this guy that's just standing on the corner. And then so then anytime someone walks by, he's like, here, why don't you look at my flower? And he squirts him with water. And then he's like, what you need to do now is you need to walk over to, and then when someone walks by, then he just goes back into his routine. So he keeps he's squirting him with stuff. And because then at the very end, that's when Omar Sharif goes, oh, you dropped your phony dog poo. What? Phony dog poo. There it is. There you go. Nope.
Okay, well, if it's on Amazon Prime, then I will watch it.
I mean, you just watched it right now. I think we just just performed half of it.
I actually saw that in the theater, but
you saw that in the theater?
Oh yeah,
no.
I think Brian and I saw that.
So was it Airplane?
1980.
Airplane 2.
83, I believe.
So then Top Secret then, because that was they said 80 or Sushi
yeah.
said
End
84?
of 80. I think toward the end of 84. Yeah, but yeah, 84.
God,
yeah,
such a good movie.
Yeah.
The horse is actually singing when they're riding on the little hay ride. They're riding it because they're coming up on this little thing. You see, like, as they're hiding in the hay, the two of them, Val Kilmer and the lady, are hiding in the hay, and they're riding up, and you just hear the guy, la, la, la. He's singing this like German song, and then when they get close, it's the horse that's singing, not the guy. And then they say something. He's like, oh, I'm sorry, he's just a little horse. And then when they ride away, all of a sudden the horse goes, it's been a hard day's night, and I've been working like a dog. He's got this super thick accent, but it's the horse.
So that's not a Zucker.
Yeah.
It is?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
that's
no
why
wonder.
it's good.
Yeah. Okay.
It's
all
been
right.
a hard day.
Yeah, you're right. I don't have to watch it. Between chat and you, I've got it.
How do we know you're not Mel Torme? He gets up. Oh, man. Gonna romp and stomp. I got nothing to mount.
Well, that's the end of the movie.
And it ages well.
There's no more.
Probably does. Well, I mean, whenever you do a period piece kind of movie, I think that's when things can age well. Like if they did that movie, I mean, like the airplane ones, they're still hilarious, but then that's where you can tell, like, well, they filmed this in the 80s because they're clothes and all that kind of.
Right.
But when you're filming something like that's a period piece,
True.
It can last the test of time. Yeah. Or if you go so far in the future or do whatever, then it's always different.
Yeah. Then it doesn't matter until you get that far in the future. And you're like, well, that didn't happen.
Yeah, like the Terminator movies, it's always funny now. It's like when they put up like, oh, Judgment Day was 2 days ago. It's like, oh, geez.
2017.
It kind of was.
Yeah.
Unlike some comedy from back. Yeah, there's definitely some stuff from back then that can be very cringy that you'll hit.
They were talking about, so on Dan Patrick this morning, they were talking about the NBA Finals. And bear with me here. It's going to come back to movies and cringe movies. The NBA Finals and how there's not a ton of star power. I mean, you have some good players. You have SGA and Halliburton. So you got good players, but not star power. So then they were saying, so what are some movies that when they first came out, the people weren't big stars? And there was
Wet Hot American Summer.
There was talk about like, well, that would be one. Yeah. Okay. Or they were talking about The Usual Suspects. You know, I don't think Kevin Spacey was real big at that time.
That's fair. Sushi, thank you for the gifted sub to Sarah. Sarah, it's good to see you. Sarah from How Are You? Hopefully things are well. Thank you for posting the pictures of like it's super bright in Alaska when it's very late at night. Oh. Like it's 10 o'clock, but it's still bright outside.
Oh yeah, because the sun never goes down.
It's so weird.
Yeah,
Sarah, thank you for those. It is good to see you. Sorry, continue.
No, that's okay. And then they were talking about like The Outsiders. That was kind of right at the beginning of like Patrick Swayze getting big, Tom Cruise, all those. Yeah. And they mentioned then C. Thomas Howell, and then they talked about how C. Thomas Howell was in Soul Man.
Yeah,
and
that's
I think
that might have ruined C. Thomas Howell's career.
Well, in retrospect, maybe, but yeah, because
that's weird because that's the whole movie's blackface. Right?
Yeah,
isn't that? Yeah, I haven't. I don't think I've ever actually seen. I know of it.
I watched it years ago, a long time ago, but. Anyway,
that is.
Anywho,
but certain things. Did you think of one in particular cringy that you had an idea for that fit into that at all?
No, because I was absorbing and not really trying to think of because
Outsiders. I think is a really good.
Yeah,
call.
I thought that was they weren't big stars before that really. Yeah. Tom Cruise was still at the beginning of his career, and
like you said, Patrick Swayze.
Yeah, Swayze. Well, there were a lot of people in that
isn't
too.
The Estevez in there? Like,
yeah, and I think Charlie Sheen, Matt Dillon. He was maybe was the star of that, but yeah,
I don't think I read those books or the book, The Outsiders, and then there's like another one that kind of like is from that same author, Rumblefish. I remember reading both those when I was younger. I remember those. Top Secret is Val Kilmer's first movie. That's nuts. He's singing, he's dancing, his comedic timing is amazing. That's crazy.
He wasn't anything before that?
That's really his first? Maybe first starring role?
Yeah, could probably. Be. Yeah.
Speaking of Alaska, my trip from 1 billion years ago is showing up on Facebook memories lately. One of my trips. Oh, really? Huh. Wow, that's his first. That is surprising. I feel like that may have come up in chat at some point because that does sound.
Well, it's kind of like if you go like to like 16 Candles, John Cusack is in that. But he's just a supplemental. Yeah. He's Anthony Michael Hall's, one of his buddies there.
Those movies don't hold up. My wife was watching through, like, I think it was like Pretty in Pink or 16 Can't. Like, she kind of had those on. She's like, yeah, those are kind of like, I mean, because there's a lot of like guys being kind of very forcibly.
Oh, yeah.
They should not be.
Yeah.
You should never have thought
that's
that was okay, but it was like apparently okay. Like, it was one of those things that you just kind of like, oh yeah, haha, he's trying to like take her panties or whatever.
Right.
And it's like, now you're like, you watch it, you're like, yikes.
Yeah.
Actually, that ties back into the Mike Schur. No, it was the Paul Rudd podcast with Amy Poehler,
Right.
where he's talking about seeing. Oh God, is it Pretty in Pink? Is John Lithgow in that?
No, they're talking about
What movie is that?
Footloose.
Oh, it's Footloose. That's what it is.
Yes.
Because he hits his daughter, something like that.
Yes.
And he was in the theater. Do you remember that?
Oh yeah, and he says someone's like
They were in the
comment.
they were in the theater, and he's like, "This is why you need the theater experience." Like, we're in the theater. John Lithgow. He's like, and I saw that movie twice, and the second time I saw it, after he had done that, he goes in. He's like, "That's the first time I've ever hit somebody," or whatever.
And then somebody yells out
the
something.
theater said, like, "Liar,
Liar."
Yeah, like, no, you didn't. God, it was funny.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah, Paul Rudd's great.
That's how he got the
I
Doors
love
gig.
Paul Rudd.
Seriously, Oliver Stone saw him singing and performing in Top Secret.
Oh.
That is not entirely true, Carnage. I've actually seen the stuff, and he wanted it so bad, he actually had him like come to a club, and Oliver Stone didn't know he was up on stage and started doing the Doors stuff, or like he started like almost doing the performance. And then all of a sudden he was like, "Oh my God, that's felt like it's duet." Like, and that was how he did. I think it was that. I don't think it was from Top Secret.
That would have been a big gap, but maybe
That would have been massive. I feel that was that. Maybe like that was part of it, or maybe that was what he. But then like to prove that he could do it, I remember that being part of it as well. Top Secret just released first. I bet he. Oh yeah, Real Genius. When did that come out?
So I thought Real Genius was after Top Secret.
But yeah, Footloose.
Because I didn't see Real Genius, but I could be
really
wrong.
like that. I never liked Weird Science and 1985 was Real Genius.
Okay.
So that was a year after.
Yeah.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Release wise, it came out okay, but he may have actually done that one first, but then it released. That definitely could be, for sure. All right, let's take a quick break. Let's go get some new glasses, and now let's go get the thing Cope has probably been patiently waiting for, about to pass out.
Hopefully he's hanging in.
Hopefully he's hanging in. We're gonna go grab. Actually, let's get this graphic off the screen. Let's put the other graphic up on the screen. This right here. This is from Heaven Hill Distillery. This is the Bernheim Barrel Proof. This is a wheated whiskey. It also has some malted barley in there as well, which is something we've been liking lately, whether it was Westward that does some of the malting.
Oh, yeah.
And some other things. So I don't know if it's necessarily going to be compared to that, but it's wheated, so it should be on the smoother, maybe a little sweeter side. But it's also barrel proof. As I've joked about before, I saw this on the Old Man and the Kid.
Oh, that's okay. I was going to ask how this came across.
So, yeah, that was they did a whole thing about wheated whiskeys in particular. And it seemed like all four that they talked about were ones I was surprised when I looked them up that I could actually find them. And this one I was able to find at my local Total Wine, so I went and grabbed it. We'll talk about price and stuff once we've actually had it to see if we like it. And we'll kind of go from there. Weird Science is very cringy. It was cringy then. I think so, Croc. Like, that's kind of where I'm at on that too.
Weird Science.
Not that I, Kelly LeBrock was totally fine back then, but
what would you two little maniacs like to do first?
Yeah, exactly. I was thinking of the immortal words of Socrates, who said, "Drink what?"
Yeah. But never once did you say to me, Socrates,
yeah,
hemlock is poisonous.
Hemlock is poisonous.
Socrates.
Great. What was the verdict?
Here's your hemlock.
Great. What was the verdict?
It's
hemlock. Socrates. What is the meaning of life? Socrates. Was it Socrates?
Hemlock is poisonous.
That's a classic. All right. We will be
Iron Balls McGinty.
Wow. Oh my gosh. That sounds painful.
Back to the jerk.
Okay. We'll be right back.
It's the Calvin Harris.
The Calvin Harris? The Calvin and Hobbes?
Calvin Harris music portion.
Oh,
no, it
okay.
just reminded me of
I was gonna
from
say.
the mid-teens there.
Planty, how's it going? Good to see you. Welcome
Planty.
in.
All right.
Welcome in, everybody. Thank you guys all for being here. It is time for the higher proof portion of the show.
Bring me the higher proof.
Keith Winwood.
That's right.
From one of my always favorite
With
Always
Shaka
Sunny
Khan.
episodes.
Oh, is that in?
But the intimidate or whatever it is. Wait, are we gonna? No, we're on the boat. But it's always the implication.
Oh, the implication. Oh, that's in the implication.
Yeah, because they're talking about how
okay.
much they love Steve Winwood and whatever. Right. And then at the very end, when they this whole scenario plays out the very. Then they play Higher Love Is on the Take Me.
Oh, wow.
Higher.
Okay.
Oh yeah, because they were talking. Because they were like, he's like, you were just about to spend some of our money on a Steve Winwood CD. He's like, we already have that CD. It's in my glove compartment. And he's like, you have that CD? He's like, how would I not have one of the best artists of our time? Like they go on this rant about.
It is a good album, actually. I have it on vinyl
in that album. So.
Yeah. There were some good songs on there.
Once again, doing lawn work. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I think that happened last week, too.
I think it was too.
That's a big lawn.
Planty just likes putting up pictures of himself looking all sweaty and amazing out there mowing the lawn. It's fine. I'm sure we'll see another one this week. So if you guys were not here before the break, this is from Heaven Hill Distillery. This is the Bernheim, I'm assuming that's how you pronounce it, Kentucky Straight Wheat Whiskey, barrel proof. Mash bill on this is 51% wheat, which is a lot. 27% corn and 12% malted barley.
Okay.
So that is our
Does that add
mash
up?
bill.
There might be something else.
51, 37. No,
Oh, 37. I think you said 27.
37.
Okay. All
Did
right.
I say 20? I may have said that. I apologize.
Okay. No, that's
37.
okay. Maybe I could have misheard. These years don't.
Picks, please, or it didn't happen.
don't
Show them
remember.
guns. That's true. Planty giving away the free tickets to the gun show, which is always nice. You can find that in the Discord.
I didn't realize that the Steve Winwood connection was in the implication.
The implication.
Okay.
That was a great show. It's a great episode.
That's still going strong, isn't it? Is that?
It is. I
done?
think they're still doing 10 episodes,
Okay.
like whatever, like
Still.
that thing. Because I think that's now technically the longest running show.
Non-cartoon?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, basically the longest running live action,
Okay.
whatever, sitcom or something. We will talk about price once we have actually tasted it. I obviously know what it is because I bought it. But,
That's right. And this was recommended by the father-son?
yeah, the old man and the kid. Like I think it's actually stepdad, I guess technically. But yeah, like I said, they did a whole thing on. They did 4 different wheat whiskeys. I was surprised that they were able. Like usually when people think of wheated whiskeys, wheated bourbons, usually that's your Wellers.
The green label one, right?
Well, all of them.
Okay.
The green
All right.
label, the 12-year, the antique. Like most of them are like a higher wheat mash bill, and that was kind of why they got there. Like in the Pappy, that's a wheated
Pappy,
whiskey.
right.
Like all of those. Like so, why people like those is usually because of the wheat. They're a little softer, easier drinking. They're smooth. They have some other complexity. So that's kind of why they look.
Remember
for
the
those.
Trader Joe's wheated bourbon? And you and I really liked it, but then we were hearing from females who didn't like it. Like, I don't think your wife liked it.
No, she did not.
And there was a girl I worked with at the time, and she's like, I didn't like. I said, and I think there was even maybe one other person. I was like, oh, it's funny. It's guys do and women don't.
Yeah, I don't know what
what
that
it was with that.
It's a palate thing. Women have more taste receptors, right?
That's right. They do.
Time to turn in my gunsmith bounties. Yeah, I was thinking that today after I saw the latest This Week in Destiny. I have to slide in some new bounties. Gonna need some ID. I don't think you gentlemen are old enough to drink yet. Slide, you were too kind.
Very kind.
We are easily double.
Your
what
screen
that
might
is.
need adjustment, though.
Yeah, your screen is very blurry.
You've got a really
apparently.
wonderful filter on right now.
Yeah.
Thank you. Share that filter with me.
Slide, it is good to see you.
Yes,
Welcome in.
Thank you.
7 to 9 year aged. It varies by release.
Yeah.
This one actually, I may actually be able to tell us exactly how much, but it said 7 to 9. 2000. Is this the 20? They may not be updated on there as well.
Why don't you slide?
Batch A225. Okay, so it's not. So this is out. So even what they have on their website, unfortunately, is out of date.
Oh.
Not completely surprising. But anyway, 7 to 9 year age, which is also pretty nice. Talking your bourbons and your whiskeys, getting in that realm. But yeah, nice color on that for sure. Just popped it open.
The heat, my God, the heat. But still, there's some...
A little bit there, but there's nice caramel butterscotch kind of thing going on. Maybe a little, like that malted might be kind of coming through, like kind of malted milk chocolate, like not quite chocolatey,
there
like
is.
the Westward stuff, like that's blatant. Like
There
but
definitely is something
there's a
coming
little
through
bit of
there.
like a malty, like I said, chocolate kind of grain in there. Like, was it malto meal? Like that cereal where it's like kind of
yes,
like something
that's
like
that's
that.
a pocket favorite.
Malto meal?
She loves the malto meal.
Really?
Yeah, it's very similar to like cream of wheat and has that same kind of look to it. But
Yeah.
I always remember cream of wheat when I was
Brown
kids.
sugar, pat of butter right in the
Pat
middle.
of butter in the middle. Yeah, brown sugar,
Brown sugar
on the outside. Yep. How come it tastes so good? Yeah. Wait, because it's butter and the brown sugar. That's why.
Yeah, that's why it tastes so good. Rolling Stones knew what they were talking about. They were literally talking about cream of wheat.
It's an homage to cream of wheat. I didn't realize that.
That's what their case should have been when people were like, "The song's a little racist." They should have been no, it's cream of wheat.
No, it's cream of wheat.
Talking about cream of wheat. Sorry we didn't mention the pat of butter, but it just didn't flow with the lyrics. How come it tastes so good, my cream of wheat? Yeah. Like if you see the live version, they slide that in.
Pat of butter.
Yeah.
Right in the middle of the bowl.
Amazing.
We've decringed it.
Little smoke in there too, like oak. Now I'm getting a little
there's
too.
something I'm even getting
Gotta
like a
let it
little
kinda
bit
sit
of
for a minute.
graininess. I know I'm trying to aerate it quickly. I'll go this way. I'll throw it all over the table.
Yeah.
Now it'll air out. Yeah, that's right.
Carl. Oh, wait, the button. Learn more about the current edition. Oh, took me right to the bottom where that thing was wrong. Lias!
I just took a sip, a examinatory sip, just to
Good idea.
coat the.
Yeah.
We had something before to kind of prep ourselves for this.
We did.
The
yeah,
barrel.
a little spirit
was-
just kind of.
You're like, it's fine. I was like, oh, that was actually pretty good.
Oh,
But I haven't had anything alcoholic since last Thursday, so my bar may have been lowered.
well, it's not that. Like I said, for some reason that one it's just not overly flavorful to
Yeah.
me, and not like it was super expensive. It was the barrel bourbon that we've done the review on. I think it's 5 or 6 year age, 100 proof. And they're kind of going. I think it's barrel double bourbon, so they were going for like that double oak thing. I just prefer, like, even though there's a little more complexity there, I prefer like the Woodford double oaked.
I know you like that.
Again, people joke about that one, like I said, because it is a little bit one note, but it's a note that I absolutely love. So it's like sometimes, it's like, I don't always need like Beethoven or Chopin or something like that. Sometimes I just need like, just a giant like power chord. Just need a power chord. Like I'll take it. Like anyway, I can get that. So, there's a lot of complex, like this note. Like every time I keep going, I keep getting a little something different. Like now I'm getting kind of that, like a little bit of earthy, like
I've been getting like a little grainy, earthy something.
The alcohol seems to has kind of dissipated. Like I'm not having a problem taking a good sniff.
Well, you do the thing where you put your nose in and you breathe through your mouth, right?
I do both. I'll go back and forth because you get obviously a little bit less when you do the breathe through your mouth, but then you can take a longer kind of aromatic journey
without burning your nose hairs.
It's a different carpet ride.
It's still hot.
There's a little bit at the back there. I took a pretty big swig.
I did, and I let it sit.
Yeah,
and I think that was my downfall.
They say that's what you should do, though.
And
they always say try and let that sit on the palate for like, was it 1 second per year that it's been like that's the
oh my.
That's what I tried to do.
So 8 seconds. We'll split the difference.
Something like that. Yeah.
7 to 9 years. We'll split that.
Nice mouthfeel. Like I think there's a nice coating there.
That was what I definitely noticed when I first took that sip. And
that's what may have saved me.
Yeah. And I was like, all right, I'm going to hang with this. And yeah, it definitely has not necessarily a heavy body, but a viscosity to it.
Yeah, it's got an olive oil kind of quality to it, that kind of oiliness to it, which is nice. It was a little spicy up front initially, but that might go away on subsequent sips, so I don't want to completely dwell on that. I got kind of like some of the oaking and earthiness was kind of in there, a little bit of the butterscotch. Like everything was just, again, I think I was getting more in the aroma, and then everything was just a little lighter on the palate initially. But we will see. And like this is also one too, I'll probably try some of this throughout the week as we talk about this some more. And if it makes a big change, I think it's always kind of good to try some of that stuff again, like to revisit, because whenever you get any kind of bottle of whiskey, like I said, over that first week after you've had it opened, it's gotten some oxygen, it's going to develop, it's going to change a little bit. They say buttery notes of caramel and honey with clove spice. I did get spice.
I didn't get clove though.
I said more cinnamon. I said cinnamon, nutmeg, like baking spice stuff. I got the
yes,
aroma.
We definitely talked about that. I agree
Oak
with that.
staves and fresh bread is what they say for the aroma. You kind of were saying some grain to it.
Some great, yeah, that could be the bread part.
Sounds like a review I got when I was dancing in college. It might have been Carnage. It might have been. Finish is soft and complex. Notes of honey and caramel.
Soft and complex.
That was definitely Carnage's stripper name.
Live on the main stage. Soft and complex.
When you can be two names.
That's right.
It's impressive when you're one like Madonna or Cher or
Yeah.
something like that. But when you can be two names.
Softly complex?
Soft and complex.
Soft with a complex? No, you don't want that.
Yeah, you do. If you were soft, you probably do a little bit of a complex.
Could be,
That's
yeah.
probably true. The finish itself, actually, if you really separate everything, to me, the finish actually is pretty smooth. All of the spice and the heat, I'm getting still front of the tongue a little
Yeah.
bit. And then even mid palate, it's still a little lively. Like I said, a little bit of smoke, a little bit of the caramel, the butterscotch is kind of there. Like I said, all very light though. I wish there was a little more heaviness to that, especially at this proof. Usually what I like about whiskeys 100 proof and above are that you get a little bit more of that flavor. It's not watered down quite as much. It's not proof
Right.
down. Watered down always sounds bad. Like I said, but proof down.
Proof down.
Yeah, like I said,
Same
is
thing,
the
but
technical
sounds
but
better.
Yeah, it does sound better. Like I said, when stuff is proof down, you start to lose a lot of that complexity. Like I said, definitely body kind of starts to get like all of those things. So that's why I kind of like my whiskeys where they're on that other side. But I'm surprised this one, for what this is, still feels like there could have been a little more there. And for it being 7 to 9 years, like I said, that's a pretty good like age statement too.
Yeah.
Like none of that, again, not a direct age statement on the bottle, but like I said, if you go to Heaven Hill's website, which I had the link to there, it talks about, like I said, so it's in that range. Like I said, all of those things should go together, I think, to make something a little better than what's here, in my opinion.
Well, and I don't know if we're comparing apples to apples although with the Westwards, right? They're
That
not,
one's an American single malt, technically.
Yeah. And
so
that's
100% malted barley.
And because those were right out of the gate, we love those. Those were great.
100%.
So this one is not one of something I like.
No, and it is
Yeah.
it is different. The
Yeah.
weeded whiskey,
Different
like
thing,
especially
right.
the weeded, like which we usually do, like I said, because that's the
Yeah.
Wellers and the Pappy, like all of
Yeah.
those kind of things. Like I said, I usually like a lot in that style as well. It'll be interesting to see how this one opens up a little bit
Yeah.
more. The finish itself, like again, is like I said, there's
It's
a little
smooth.
little bit of warmth, but it is actually smooth.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of
Upfront spice.
Yeah, the upfront spice is still there, even on the second and third sip, and then like there's still a little bit kind of going on in the mid palate too with that same kind of spice. I like the nose a lot because every time I go in, I keep getting something a little different.
Yeah.
So I think the nose has a really high level of complexity to it. Like I said, because there's some oak, and then sometimes I'm getting some earthiness, sometimes I'm getting some tea, sometimes I'm getting those other sweeter notes, which is great, but not as much of that as I would like is transferring the palate.
Yeah. And I think if some of that spiciness goes away, then that'll be a more pleasant sip. But yeah, you're right. The finish is nice.
Mm-hmm.
It is good. So,
Yeah, I do like that.
So price wise, where does this fall?
$70.
Okay. And we're comparing this to a comparable would be you said Weller, any Weller, or just a Weller?
Well, I mean, if you wanted to talk proof, you'd have to talk like Weller Antique, which is hard to find, and like
Okay.
because that's 107 proof. Like I
Okay.
said, you're at least getting in the ballpark. I don't know if they don't really make too much there. I'm trying to think of other weeded whiskeys
Okay.
specifically that are in this. I'm sure there are other barrel proof things that either I just can't get my hands on, or that, like I said, and obviously they had a few others on there. I think this was one of the higher barrel proofs that they had. And they make a non-barrel proof version of this as well. But like I said, since I was able to get the one that they had, I
Right.
went for that one.
Right.
Because that one's, I think, around 40 or 50, something like that. Yeah, it's a little bit cheaper. Yeah, I really like the note. Like I said, again, if over the next week or so, like I said, having it, like I said, if the flavor, like I said, some of the heat settles down just a little bit, and if more flavor presents itself, I think it's worth it for that. I think that's a good
Yeah.
price. Again,
So the
everybody's
jury,
budget
the
is different.
final decision is still out.
It
on
is
this.
It is for me.
It's not a
honest.
no. It's a just need this
Definite
to,
maybe.
to chill. Yeah, definite maybe. Uncle Aby.
Yeah, I said you kiss like my Uncle Aby.
That didn't
Cheers
make it better.
reference. Yeah, like if it stays like this and nothing happens to change, I'm happy that I've tried it. I probably wouldn't buy it again,
Right.
Just because as much as I like the nose, the taste needs to be there too. This would
Right.
probably turn into, to some extent, maybe a luxurious old fashioned or Manhattan or something like
yep.
that. Because
Yep.
if I can get all the aroma things that I normally get, and then the mixed cocktail makes up for the other stuff that I'm missing, then that's kind of a
Yep.
neat, fun thing to try. But then I'm not going to keep buying bottles of that,
Not
that
for
of that
$70
price.
for that.
No,
Yeah.
not for that. Like, so
Yeah.
yeah, I went out and I had to do like, I got this at the same time. I went out, like, kind of restocked some things because I'd gotten lower in the bar. So I went and got like another, Disaronno, Disaronno. And I didn't have any tequila, as we talked about last week. So I got my El Tequilano that I always like to get, the Reposado. Should have gotten a rum. I should have gotten another rum because I think I have a couple rum
The
cocktails.
Probitas?
Should have gotten another one of those maybe, but I think that some of them call for maybe a rum or a darker rum.
We need to, I would like to do that tequila, that fridge door drink with the
Oh,
Blanco.
yeah.
And I probably have some Blanco at the house
Oh, okay.
that Dad probably, no, I think I got it at Costco. Actually, it's the big 1800 bottle.
Oh, okay.
The Blanco. If sometime it just seems, I think.
What
that
was
would
it
be-
again?
I sent you the recipe. It's the like Amaro.
Oh, that was the different thing.
tequila.
Lime juice.
Forgot what. Yeah, lime. But yeah, it looks
Was
really
the Amaro
refreshing.
the only thing that was kind of different in there?
I think
besides
and
the margarita?
tequila.
Well, was it
I
a
think it's
margarita
like
with
a-
Amaro?
No, I don't think
No
it was
agave
that.
nectar?
To me, it seemed more like a
Like a Boulevardier?
like a Negroni or something with
Okay.
tequila. That kind of a thing. But
Oh, okay.
I have to look at that again. But that looked intriguing. Maybe we don't make a whole 750 milliliters of it. We just make a couple cocktails.
Can we break down the volume on
We
that?
could. Oh, we should be able to. I think we can figure it out.
They
We'll-
usually
we'll
tell you
make our own.
sometimes. I didn't get to look at it again. Like, except they usually tell you in those. They'll say like, "This is good for 10 cocktail." Like, and then you can just divide it by 10 and then know what the math is.
Oh,
or
yeah.
whatever, or something.
Yeah.
Like they'll usually tell you, or if they're making a 750 mil.
It's
amount,
750.
Okay.
Yeah, it's to
So-
put in a bottle to put on your fridge door. So
Oh, okay.
yeah. Which
Yeah,
that's
the-
what, 3 cocktails? No, I'm just kidding.
Depends.
This is a single serving.
Well, it's funny. I mean, I think when if I make myself a cocktail, because I'm only when it comes to a cocktail, I'm usually only gonna have like one in the evening or whatever. Like it's always winds up being a double because those recipes are always so small.
Right.
It's like winds up being like 3 ounces worth of liquid. I'm like, that's not enough
Yeah.
cocktail. I need more. Like that's not enough.
That's already changing a little bit in a good way.
Taste wise,
Yeah. I mean, it's mellowed out.
have you finished up? Did you finish up the Man with No Name trilogy?
No, I watched a little bit more of for a few dollars more, but that's as far
I
as
still
I
need
got.
to finish that one too.
Yeah,
I was about to be like, Keith's gonna lap me, and I started this.
No,
earlier.
one night I was having trouble sleeping, so I went down to the other end of the house, and I was flicking through, and I'm like, and then it comes up because we have the fire cube.
Oh yeah,
So it'll
yeah.
show you like recently watched and things like that, or continue watching, and that was there, so I clicked on that and watched probably another 10 minutes, and I was like, I need
Debbie
to go
does
to bed.
Dallas. What? Who was watching this?
I wasn't watching that.
Yeah, or was I? How tired was I?
Well, what was weird, and both Pocket and I
Oh, here it
noticed
comes.
this. So, remember how when we left? Well, you might not remember. You may remember how when we left DirecTV, our first option for streaming was PlayStation View.
Yes,
We loved
Oh, wow.
PlayStation View
I
back in the
forgot
day.
about that.
It was great, and then they stopped, and we had to go move on to other things. But all of a sudden, it may have been that same night when I turned that TV on. All of a sudden, like PlayStation View app was one of the. I was like, wait, I haven't opened this lately, and I clicked on it. I was like, are they bringing it back? And PlayStation View is discontinued in 2020. I was like, oh,
Why would
is
this even
here?
come up?
And so on our TV that we have a small TV in the bathroom as well. And yeah, hey, think what you will. It's all right.
First world
There's
problem.
a lot of I know. So and when I had noticed the other day when I turned it on and Pocket turned it on this morning, I think, or recently, and she noticed that too. She's like, hey, PlayStation View, we don't have that anymore. I said, I know. I noticed the same thing. All of a sudden, it was there. I wonder. Maybe. Who knows? But
Yeah, I haven't heard anything.
but anyway.
How else can we watch a lap while we poop? That's true. That's very true.
Well, ours, we don't have access to that. but
still a little spice
good.
on the front of the tongue, but now the middle has kind of calmed down a little bit, and now I am getting a little more of those
the front spice has chilled out a little bit.
A little bit of the butterscotch and a little bit. That's definitely getting in. Yeah, definitely getting into a hard maybe. If I would get another one of those, it might be interesting just to try some of the other ones too. But I don't know. It's funny. Like once you hit some of these prices, like if things like, no, I really like those Westfords. I should order more of those. Like,
Right.
Like that is one where you fall into it. Like I know you always used to hit the like, well, I'd rather see what the next thing is or whatever. Like I think after the last couple that we've bought, whether it was the Cedar Ridge one, which I've enjoyed a little bit more when I've had that throughout the week. I still don't think it's worth like tasting it again, but like I think it's been better. And like this one might improve. Like for me, it's like, especially the Cedar Ridge, but for this one, kind of getting in that ballpark, it's like, okay, I'd rather try the base Westward whiskey, which we know we probably like, and then get something else. Like I'd rather have two things from them because they're so good. And like I said, they're, obviously they're,
yeah, you try to, okay, what else that's in the ballpark of this flavor profile do I like? And price range, yeah.
Yeah, that's kind of
that's one of the things
what it is more for me. It's like, oh, do I want to go on a limb for $80, or does my next bottle, do I want it to be like, this is going to be a home run? Right. I love this stuff.
Or like rye wise, it's like, okay, will it? I can get that.
Yeah, that's the thing. Oh, I should have asked for a bottle of that.
I'll be shopping tomorrow. If that's what you need.
Are you out again tomorrow?
Yeah, I'll be shopping. My shop day.
Do you go in the back then and get just right when you're like, hey, I need a...
I'll see what they have. I don't know. I don't know if I'll spend that much time. So I might not get you as high a one, but I'll see what's there. Do you want one?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, I will take one.
I'm going to add it to the list right now.
To the list.
Oh, I never tweeted.
You didn't?
No.
You should put better late than never.
I just did it right now. I had it all set. And then,
wow.
Yeah, no, sorry. Hey, everybody, you're going to get a tweet.
I'm not going to lie, though. It seems like without the tweet, there's been a lot of people here.
We have had a lot of people, yeah. All right, I just added Willet.
I regret my gift sub. Kidding. Crocodile comes back to a poop comment, and he's like, man, I shouldn't have given that guy a sub. Why did I do it? Oh, that's funny. Has there been anything new there you've seen when you've been shopping at Trader Joe's, either alcohol-wise, because maybe you might be looking at that a little more than just doing stuff,
I actually really haven't. I've just looked at the beer really quickly, and I haven't seen anything new. I did notice that the Trader Joe favorite Kentucky bourbon, the $14.99 one, not one of our favorites, but we sell a lot of it, and a lot of people will drink it.
That's not a good indicator.
No, well, but I've heard from many
used to sell a lot of the La Playa too.
Well, yeah,
but Crocodile, thank you for gifting. Oh my gosh, gifted 3 months of Tier 1 to Planty. That's super nice, Crocodile. Thank you. Take that,
3
sucker.
months. All right.
Take that, suckers. Crocodile, thank you very much for that. That is very, very kind. Appreciate that. That's nice. Planty didn't want to be a part of being in the sub club anymore, so Crocodile's got to take care of it. I'm just kidding.
Wow.
Planty's
I didn't realize.
I didn't want to be here anymore.
Can you deny? Can you like?
I don't. That's
block
interesting.
a gift.
You might
pull out your Captain America shield and say no. No shield.
I don't know if you can.
I don't want a sub from them. I don't
know. I don't think specific people. You might be able to previously put. You might be able to put like
I don't believe in beverages.
Like I don't want any gifted subs. Period.
Oh, okay.
I don't think you can be specific to channels and things. So there is stuff like that I've learned, which I have to look at. There's ways to put like when you're streaming, sometimes all of a sudden like you're about to finish, and all of a sudden with 5 minutes left, people rate you. And you're like, how is this about to finish? Like, and you feel bad. Yeah. There is a way that you can actually like put like cannot be rated right now because he's ending straight.
Signing off.
Yeah, there is something like that you can do.
Okay.
Only if you don't follow a channel. Interesting. Now you're stuck with me for 3 more months. I was almost out. Damn it, I got you, Planty. Got you. Crocodile, thank you very much. I appreciate that. That is very, very kind. Very, very kind. Sorry, we were in the middle of something there. What was it?
Oh, just new stuff.
Oh, yeah.
The Trader Joe Kentucky bourbon.
Oh, yeah. But okay, so
super
yeah.
popular.
Yeah, and I said popular doesn't matter, and then you were about to say.
Well, and I was just saying that, you and I don't care for it because it's very one note, and it would be very much for mix. But there are a lot of people who do, and not just people that, I've seen other people who I actually respect I respect what anybody says. I don't agree with it, but there are some people who I've agreed with on things that are still like, oh, I like that one. It's just not for me because it's.
Do they like it?
Note.
The rest of the sentences because of this price,
I think they enjoy it as a sipper, probably because of the price.
That's always the thing.
It must meet a minimum threshold. Probably,
Right.
I'll sip it and I'll make a cocktail out of it, and it's $15. So, but it's not for me though. No, it's you know what though. I mean, unless I guess it's been 1 week since. No,
Yeah,
it's been
that
5 years since we tried it. But I had that same bottle. I think I eventually dumped that bottle recently. I almost was like, "Do you guys want it?"
Somewhere
Like,
Joe started crying.
Yeah, no. I don't know if we would anymore. But I would.
That's true. Actually, we've converted our brother into such high palate regime. He's like, oh no, thank you.
But that might be something worth revisiting if we're desperate to try something. So
So when they come through your line when you're back, and you just have them give you a little bit?
We've
always
talked
joked
about that.
Yeah, can we just have
good.
that?
Hey, I have a podcast. Here's my business card.
Just when I thought I was out, they pulled me back in.
Can I have 2 ounces of that? I'll give you my discount on it.
Yeah, the best thing to come out of Godfather Part 3, just about.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I mean, I would always try something again, but
Yeah.
I
I don't know if I
like,
wanna
I don't know,
invest
like
in it,
I don't know.
though.
Yeah, exactly.
When I win the
There's
lottery.
so many other things. Yeah,
When I win the lottery, we'll
then you'll start
revisit
buying
that.
cheap stuff. No, fucker.
No,
you
because
better start buying
no,
great
we'll
stuff.
revisit that
Okay, along with
visiting many other things.
Okay, there we go. Better hear that. I win the lottery. And
We'll go from.
I'll now buy some of the Trader Joe's. I was like, oh, thanks.
Well,
Big
okay, so
spender.
that's actually, who liked it was that guy who was you sent me the link to, and we watched the YouTube video. The guy who's the
the
Andre
sommelier.
Houston. Yeah, he actually, I think, thought that was a good one too.
I have to look at that
I
link.
agreed with him
I have
a lot.
I have to see what he actually said. That
He
might have
didn't
been,
like the sour mash one, but I think
I do remember
liked
he
that
didn't
one.
like that one.
I think he liked that
I
one.
don't know, I'll have to double check
We'll
on
go
that
back.
one. We'll revisit that for
That's right.
sure. I do like the way they do his reviews. and
Yeah,
stuff
no,
like
I
that.
think he's great.
He's cool.
I like
There's
him.
also a she does some stuff on Trader Joe's, but it's usually more Costco. But she's like snob free sommelier or whatever.
Oh, okay.
And she's really good, but she'll do a lot of Costco stuff. Usually around holidays come up, I see her content more. Like she'll be like, this is hey, if you like, it's like if you like this one, try this Beaujolais. If you like this, try that. This Brunello or whatever. And some of those I'm always like, oh, I should try that. I'm like, I just don't think I like that style. Like when we've had it, I think Brunello is one of them. I think there's been a couple where I'm like, we've tried a few, and I'm like, maybe I just don't like that style.
Yeah.
Like, just because it's either a little more on the dry side or just doesn't hit.
Yeah, it could
certain
be
things.
the best of that certain thing.
Yeah, which I like to
that
try.
everyone agrees on, and we'd like to try it, but it's just not my personal preference.
Right. And that's what we've always
I like
talked
other expensive red wines, just not that kind.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
always the thing that's frustrated me when people are like, oh, I don't like X. I'm not even going to say something because that'll wind up being kind of like, I don't like the, and it's like, oh, really? Which ones have you had? And then they've had some, you're like, oh my God, that was literally like the $5 bargain bin one.
Right.
You can't say that you didn't like that. Be like,
No.
It's like, I hate lobster. Oh, why don't you like lobster? Well, the one I had, someone took it out of a trash can that had just been shit on, and then they prepared it. I was like, well, that's not
That's like
you still might not like it or have an allergy where you can't have it, but it's like, don't say that you don't like it if you've had like the worst version of it.
It's like when someone gives something a 1-star review and like it was a blue iPad cover, and it's like, when I got it, it was black, even though it said it was. And it's like, well, they told you it was going to be this color,
Exactly.
and so it came and it said it was blue, even though it said it. Like, well, yeah, they told you it was going to be a blue iPad cover.
Everything
So-
else worked great, but I can't read.
I can't, right.
I never.
It wasn't the
learned to
color I
read.
thought it was, even though they told me what color it was going to be.
Hatch, thank you for the lurk. It is good to see you. How are you, my friend? Wrapping things up here on a podcast Thursday. Yeah, I think this one definitely seems to be opening up a little more. I'm
guessing you'll be maybe trying that tomorrow.
I would think
during
so.
stream?
This would probably be the one during stream.
Now
Sushi,
it's got a
Sushi
little
just
bit-
slammed her keyboard with her hand. And then she actually then wrote his name. Hatch is here. Hide the kids. Hide the kids.
I got a little bit of like almost brown sugar, mapley goodness right here with just there's hardly anything in my glass.
I'm getting like almost a hint of vanilla. Like creme brulee, like a creamy, like that kind of like getting some of those notes.
I'll be interested in hearing how this goes tomorrow.
Daddy, as she goes. Like, what was the one that, it was that wine that we had at some point recently. Where it was like, oh, Fitz is gonna buy a case of this or whatever. We had it.
Oh,
we were,
yeah,
and
yeah,
we were
yeah.
both kind of like,
It's not
it's
our.
good, but it was like it's
It
not
was
probably
a
not a style
it
for
was
me.
a Barolo.
Yeah,
Then that's just and that's a very dry Italian red. It's just not for us.
yeah. I think that's just not.
Yep.
You know, I've just gotten more into other things. Oh,
Yep.
not have way.
Some
I
have
always
way
think
with
of that
words.
whenever I start stuttering on
And
something.
other-
I'm like,
oh,
not
not
have
have
way.
way.
Not have way. Oh, man. Well, thank you guys all for hanging out as always.
Yeah.
It has been absolutely fantastic. Any ideas then for next week? So maybe we do a cocktail of something next week?
A cocktail of something, and I'll go back into the fridge.
The archives of the fridge.
The fridge archives.
Maybe we'll have 3 beverages next week. Who
I have
knows?
some. I have
Keith
some.
has a water from 1992.
I have prickly pear cider from last year. Oh wait, no, we don't probably need to do that. That probably still
That was a
tastes
good
the
one, though.
same.
2 towns?
Yeah,
Yeah. Those
probably
are good.
tastes the same.
Those
though.
are good though. Yeah, that probably has not changed. Like I said, yeah, that one is always pretty good. We do need to do some more cider. We've had some cider recently because that came up like within the last 3-4 months.
Yeah,
something
we
like that.
did. We tried the one that was like the vanilla orange from Excelsior.
Oh yeah, we were kind of like it was not.
yeah, that
that
one
was a
didn't
little
do
bit
it
of a
for
letdown.
us. Yeah. Yep.
Supposed to tell you, Paco says hi. Hi, Paco. It is good to see you. Miss you, friend. I hope things are going well. Always a pleasure. Keith, look at that. See right there.
Thanks, Planty.
Oh
yes.
my gosh, too kind. Planty, have you finished mowing the lawn or the guns put away? Like what's,
Oh,
what's
wow.
going on?
That's
Is it
right.
all right?
Mowing the lawn while on the phone.
That's actually the most impressive thing.
Yeah.
He's controlling the mower and he's like,
Yeah,
just looking
yeah.
at the phone there. That is definitely very, very impressive. All right. Well, we'll have some fun things next week. We'll be back again then Thursday, 3:30 Pacific, 6:30 Eastern. For those of you that just got here, that
You
is
should
when
be
we
back
normally do
tomorrow.
our stream stuff. I will be back tomorrow,
Oh, my
8:30
goodness.
a.m., 11:30 Eastern. Probably playing more Clear Obscure, possibly Destiny. We'll see which way the wind blows in the morning. But yeah, we will be doing some of those things. Lawn is mowed and treated for bugs. Oh my gosh!
Any way the wind blows.
Sounds like time for a whiskey sour, Planty. Let's go hit some beverages. Let's go do it. But good to see everybody here. Sushi, Hatch, Cope, if you're still here, Baker, everybody hanging out. Crocodile, thank you for the gifted subs tonight. Thank you everybody that did some bits earlier as well. Very much appreciated, Sushi. I know you were involved in that. But yeah, thank you guys so much for hanging out. We're going to go say hi to Mr. Dan Finity. He looks like he is doing some demo derby, so he's going to be playing a variety of games, which we always love to see. And he also has a podcast as well, Destiny Digest. Make sure you're following that. And looks like he may even have almost a hype train starting, so maybe we can help him continue with that. Oreo shake, that would even be better. Maybe put some booze in there too, Planty. You could do that. Not amaretto, but something else maybe. I don't know, whatever you else want to put in that shake. But yeah, let's go say hi to Dan, and we will be back next week. I will be back tomorrow. Thank you guys all for being here.
Thank you, everybody. We appreciate it. Have a good week. I'll see you next week.
Good night, everybody.